Welcome to the Wellbeing Podcast, where every episode is a step toward a healthier, happier you. Let's grow, strive, and shine together. Don't forget to subscribe and like the Wellbeing Podcast. Share your thoughts, and let us know in the comments what topics you'd love to hear about in future episodes. Today, we're diving into the world of satisfaction and gratitude.
Specifically,
Yeah.
how they impact our well-being.
Exactly. And we've got two really interesting sources to unpack today.
Oh, very cool.
One is a conference paper that really challenges how we think about satisfaction.
Okay.
And the other is some cutting-edge research on how gratitude can actually boost life satisfaction and motivation, especially in young people.
Yeah, it's intriguing, isn't it? We often talk about satisfaction as if it's this ultimate goal.
Right.
But these sources suggest that maybe it's not that simple.
Right. Our first source, this paper by Satyamurti,
Okay.
it argues that a certain amount of dissatisfaction can actually be a good thing,
Oh,
even a powerful driver of progress.
that's a fascinating point. It makes you wonder if we were all perfectly content all the time. Would we ever strive for anything more? Would we have the drive to learn, grow, or create? Maybe a little bit of dissatisfaction is what keeps us moving forward.
I like that. It kind of flips the script on how we usually think about things.
Yeah.
And speaking of flipping the script,
Okay.
this paper also includes a really thought-provoking thought experiment. What if everyone in the country decided to stop consuming anything
Whoa.
for an entire week?
Wow.
No shopping, no spending.
Yeah.
Just a chance to really think about what we actually need versus what we just want.
It's a radical idea for sure, but it raises an important question
Yeah.
about our constant desire for more. Are we on a treadmill chasing the next thing without ever truly feeling satisfied?
And if so, is that actually hurting our well-being? It definitely makes you think about your own relationship with stuff.
It certainly does, and it makes me think about our second source,
Okay.
which focuses on the power of gratitude. This study by Armenta, Fritz Walsh, and Lubomirsky
Right.
looked at how gratitude exercises affected high school students.
And they found that even small, regular expressions of gratitude
Right.
could have a big impact.
Yeah.
Like these students actually reported feeling more satisfied with their lives overall and more motivated to improve themselves even weeks later.
That's remarkable.
That's pretty remarkable.
Right. And what's even more interesting is that the researchers identified 5 key mechanisms that might explain how gratitude works its magic.
Okay, I'm all ears. Break it down for me.
Well, they found that expressing gratitude can lead to feelings of connectedness, elevation, humility, indebtedness, and a decrease in what we call negative affect.
Negative affect. For those of us who aren't psychology experts,
Sure.
what does that actually mean?
It's a fancy way of saying negative emotions or feelings like sadness, anxiety, or anger. Basically, gratitude seems to help reduce those negative feelings.
Got it. So back to those 5 mechanisms. Connectedness.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Feeling grateful for someone can definitely make you feel closer to them. What about elevation?
Elevation is that feeling of being inspired by someone's actions or character. Kind of like when you see someone do something incredibly kind or selfless,
Right.
and it gives you a little boost.
I get it. And humility.
Humility is about honestly acknowledging both our strengths and our weaknesses. It's about recognizing that we all need help sometimes and being grateful for those who offer it.
Okay, that makes sense. Indebtedness.
Yeah,
I guess that's about feeling a sense of obligation to repay kindness.
exactly. And when you combine all of those, feeling connected, inspired, humble, and wanting to give back,
Right.
it seems to create this upward spiral of positivity.
So how did they actually measure all of this in the study? Did they just ask the students, hey, are you feeling more grateful these days?
Not quite. They actually had the students participate in different activities over 4 weeks. Some wrote gratitude letters, while others were in a control group focusing on getting organized.
Interesting. So it wasn't just about thinking about gratitude.
Yeah.
They were actually putting it into practice.
Precisely. And they measured things like life satisfaction and motivation to improve in different areas,
Okay.
like kindness, health, and even academics.
Oh, wow.
They even looked at the students' grades.
So did the students who practiced gratitude actually end up getting better grades?
That's where things get a little surprising. While they did report feeling more motivated to improve their grades, their actual grades didn't change significantly.
Wait, so even though they were feeling more inspired and wanting to improve, that didn't translate to better academic performance? That's kind of unexpected.
It is, and it raises some interesting questions.
Yeah.
Could it be that the study relied on self-reported grades,
Right.
which aren't always reliable? Or maybe 4 weeks just wasn't long enough to see a real impact on academic achievement.
That makes sense.
Oh,
It definitely makes you wonder what other factors might be at play here.
yeah.
Like maybe things like study habits, access to resources, or even the learning environment itself
Right.
could influence the link between gratitude and grades.
Absolutely. It's a complex issue, and there's still a lot we don't know about how gratitude works in different areas of our lives.
But even if we don't have all the answers yet,
Right.
this research on gratitude is still pretty compelling.
Oh, absolutely.
It really highlights the importance of looking at things from multiple perspectives
Yeah,
and applying these insights to our own lives.
I completely agree. It's fascinating to consider
Yeah.
how we can balance that drive that comes from dissatisfaction
Right.
with the contentment that can come from gratitude.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
So how do we harness that dissatisfaction energy
Right.
without getting trapped in that endless cycle of wanting more?
Yeah.
That's the real challenge, isn't it?
I think that's where Satyamurti's thought experiment comes in.
Yeah.
Imagine taking a break from that constant pursuit of stuff.
Yeah, that idea of a nationwide no spending week is
Yeah.
so intriguing. It's like hitting the pause button on our consumerist impulses and asking ourselves,
Right.
what would I really miss?
Yeah.
And what would I realize I don't actually need?
It might be surprising what we discover about ourselves and what truly brings us satisfaction.
I think it'd be a really valuable exercise.
I agree.
And it ties in nicely with the gratitude research, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about feeling good.
Right.
It was also about that motivation to become better people.
Right.
The researchers called it improvement motivation, right?
Yeah.
And they linked it to those feelings of connectedness, elevation, and indebtedness we talked about earlier.
That's right. It's almost like gratitude unlocks a pathway to positive action. When you feel connected to others, inspired by their kindness, and motivated to pay it forward, it creates this wonderful cycle.
It makes you wonder why we don't make a more conscious effort to practice gratitude every day.
Well,
It seems like such a powerful tool for well-being.
it's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and forget to appreciate the good things we have. But this research is a great reminder that even small acts of gratitude can make a big difference.
Absolutely. Like taking a moment to thank someone who helped you out, or writing a quick note to express your appreciation. Little things like that can really shift your perspective.
Exactly. And those small acts can create a ripple effect of positivity that extends far beyond ourselves.
That's a beautiful thought. And it brings us back to the core of what this deep dive is all about, giving you the knowledge and inspiration to cultivate a more fulfilling life. We've explored the idea that a little dissatisfaction can be a powerful motivator, and we've delved into the science behind how gratitude can boost our well-being and desire to improve. But now I want to turn it over to you, our listeners.
Yeah, this is where the rubber meets the road, right? We can talk about theories and research all day long, but the real question is,
Yeah.
how can you use these insights to enhance your own life?
Exactly. If expressing gratitude can have such a positive impact, what are some small ways you can weave it into your daily routine? What resonated with you from these sources?
There are so many simple yet powerful practices to consider. Maybe it's keeping a gratitude journal where you jot down a few things you're grateful for each day. Or perhaps it's making a conscious effort to thank people more often for both big and small things.
I love that. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice gratitude, the stronger it becomes.
Right.
And over time, you might find yourself feeling more content, more connected, and more motivated to make positive changes.
It's about creating a new lens through which to view the world, one that focuses on appreciation rather than lack. And who knows, maybe those small acts of gratitude will even inspire those around you to do the same.
It's amazing how something so simple can have such a ripple effect.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from challenging our assumptions about satisfaction to exploring the fascinating world of gratitude research. It's been a real deep dive.
It has, and we hope it sparked some new ideas and encouraged you to embrace both the power of dissatisfaction and the magic of gratitude.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. Remember to stay curious, keep learning, and keep growing. And until next time, take care and stay inspired.
Thanks for listening to the Wellbeing Podcast. Take care, stay inspired, and see you next time.